So welcome once again, and this is Ashish Sadekar, and this is a little bit about me. Uh, I love doing what I do. This is my ikigai, uh, and I think there's something which I love to talk. And this is an interesting topic that I have you know, decided to talk. This is through a public demand. There are a lot of queries since the PMI ACP has relaunched in this start of this year. So we had our first batch in January 2025. The questions that we get is, if PMP covers Agile, then what is PMI ACP all about? So this is like a fundamental question that people are asking. What is PMI having two agile things? Okay, and PMI being PMI, like a large, people look up to that. I don't think they will do such a silly error of having the same things, okay, in two certifications. I don't think that PMI when it launches a certification, they think, I think, given that mammoth size of PMI, people looking up to it, I think the positioning is something well thought of, the strategy is well thought of, launching it is like well thought of. I think it has some credibility, it has years of reputation. So I think there is something that they would have done their homework. So what is that? But the public perception is they are little confused. Okay, what is PMP with Agile and what is PMI ACP? Which one should I do? Is it covers the both the things? What is that? So I think no, I'm going to no, I have done a lot of now research. I have put my own experience and come up with this. I didn't find a lot of material on this, surprisingly, on the internet. So this can be a good feeder for the internet, which we are doing, and I think it will be very valuable to a lot of you in terms of understanding as well. Some might know about this, so I think you can also put your suggestions and your perspectives on this. So this is like a disclaimer. This is like my reading, my interpretation, how I see it, given that I have both the credentials. So when I use the credential, PMI is an institute which offers credentials like PMP. They call it credentials, which you can suffix to your uh, names on your right. It's a matter of recognition as well. The credential also tells that you possess this knowledge and you can apply this knowledge in the workplace. So it means a lot. Like PMI stands for this reputation, and employers vouch for that and employ, right? No, PMP is known as a proven catalyst. I think that's why there is a huge demand. But things have changed recently in the global environment. I think things have accelerated a lot after COVID. Things are changing, in fact, as we are talking. So let's first understand what is PMP and then go into why there is a renewed ACP, and what is this PMI strategy about agility. This is my interpretation, of course. Okay, I don't have much feed from PMI on this, but I would happy that PMI also clarifies to extent what they are and what they are doing. They have clarified. I use some PMI slides, and I think I will be nailing it and hitting on the target. Okay, so let's understand a little bit of this. Okay, so it all started 83. That's like huge, right? 42 years. And we are going to see a launch of PMBOK 8 edition in early 2026. That's what, in the late 25, that's what is predicted. But no, I think the Agile got introduced in the PMBOK 7th edition, which is like 2021, and they got a little bit of it, little bit of thrown in sixth edition as well. Like that's the additional thing they have put as thing. But I think a lot of questions are coming on Agile in the exam from 2021, from the seventh edition. So what they are saying is that, okay, a PMP credential holder should be aware or possess knowledge about Agile as well, because we are talking about a project manager and his knowledge. He should be knowing about what happens in this world, and he should have that credential and know-how about Agile as well, and that's where they are tested as well. So this is the evolution of that. And if you see now, also as an organization, as I see from as a partner, as a as a practitioner from outside, I see that PMI is making some quick decisions. I'm becoming more agile, if I have to use that word, late recently in the last 4 years. I think no, things were really going on a smooth way, but there were some drastic decisions in the last few years. So I think they are becoming agile as a response to a lot of changes in the environment as well. So that's something which is happening around in the world as well. So let's see what is happening. And if you have seen, PMP is the mainstay. Okay, this I had taken from, okay, I have not written the source. This is source is projectmanagement.com, is a article which Mike Griffiths has used. I forgot to write the source of this, but this is the PMP is the main credential of the PMI. And if I had to take out the PMP, the other credential is the ACP, okay, which has seen a growth in the first 6 years from 2012 to 2018. But if you look comparisons, I think PMP is far more important, and rightly so. I think it has been recognized as a global credential, employer tested. It gives you a fundamental knowledge to apply some principles of project management. I had done it. I felt a wow when I did the PMP. I did it in 2004 or 2005 when I was in Infosys. And I when I did that training, and I felt like, oh wow, it's so great. Okay, I'm not using so it has that kind of a magic wow feeling. So this is good. Okay, so PMP is damn important to PM. From the numbers, from the reputation, from the credibility, it's the mainstay. Has to be. Okay, so that's the context in which we are working out. Okay, and no, the world has been changing recently, and that's one thing that PMI has to react to survive in this competition. The industry is shifting to Agile, whether we accept it or not. Okay, now when I say Agile, okay, many people somehow, no, I had done numerous training and meet numerous corporates. Many people think Agile is equal to Scrum, for whatever reason. Okay, but okay, when I'm saying Agile, it's about being agile. Okay, doing Agile in the way that you practice the agility mindset. That is something which is happening across the world, and they know PMP is recognized as a knowledge base for a project manager, and it becomes very important that you are aware about what is happening in the agile world. So that's one reason that they want a comprehensive knowledge for the project manager, which is recognized globally. You can know that's something which they want, that mainstay certification to be globally aware for that. And in return, I think the organization gets an enhanced skill set from that project manager for which they are recruiting, which they can apply. Okay, so PMP stays more relevant. Okay, it's their mainstay certification. Okay, there is a demand in the market. Okay, people are practicing Agile as they are doing the traditional thing. We call it hybrid. Okay, I want to do this, but I want to retain our thing. So how to do that? So I think this is a transition, as well as they want to have the PMP talk about this. Okay, so it has become a lot important, okay, for the PMP to focus on agile, because that's somewhere they do not want their share of agile to be taken, because PMP attracts users, right? Now the dilemma is, can PMP take on the other certifications like Scrum, certified Scrum, and the safe, the scaling agile, or the scrum.org? And that's something, okay, we need to have an answer for. So whether to make it like a gold standard of PMP plus agile in the same certification, or have a separate certification for that, I think this is something which, PMP PMI would have a question. Now here are some numbers that, all of us should know. uh, and these are the numbers I taken from their sites on the and on the internet. Okay, there's a scrum.org/certifications have this number, 10,63,000. They are saying that they have 3 or 4 certifications. This is the number they have. CSM has not, I didn't get the proper number, but they said more than 2 million, which is certified professional. PMP is 1.5 million. SAFE is also saying more than 2 million certified, and many more. Okay. So if you can see, um, people actually, okay, in the recent past, okay, have more than PMP certified. So there is a growing demand for agile. Okay, and there is a growing demand for agile, there is a growing demand for PMP. In fact, last year PMP also did wonderful numbers. So I think there is a growing demand for both. So the question is how to address that, okay, is the thing, right? I had just, this is a PMI slide which talks about how, my focus of discussion today is not on this, how ACP is different from CSM or SAFE. I might take it on in the next webinar. But if you see, uh, the focus of every other certification like CSM is focuses on Scrum, okay, or the even the scrum.org focuses on Scrum, okay, whereas the scale focuses on B2B more, okay, corporates with teams, and focuses on a large scalable models, okay. So this are the different certification. I'll tell you what ACP is all about, how it is different from all this certification, and what is that wow factor that ACP brings to the table. And I think that is something which PMI, I guess, has positioned it nicely, because that's the missing piece when we go to implement agility, which I think ACP has in abundance. Okay, so these are different frameworks. So SAFE is one framework for the scale model. Scrum is a framework, you can call it a practice for a particular situation. So Scrum really works well when it's a prescription-based methodology, where when your teams are new, you can easily learn Scrum and try, get implemented. So I think it's a wonderful piece of doing things. It's easy to learn, easy to adopt, and that's what you can actually use at the start. Okay, so these are really good ones. Okay, and they have their own purpose of doing things, right? But our focus today is about PMP and, okay, PMI-ACP. Both have agile, then what's the difference, right? So like I established the fact that PMI, okay, is important for agile is important for PMI. And you know the fact of the matter which this slide talks about is that, when I talk about agile, okay, I want the team to be agile. Okay, I can't have one person agile and no rest of my project team not agile, right? It will not work. I want the entire team to be on the same wavelength, to adopt the same things, do the same work, to be a high performing team. And that's where the corporate organization push, like a B2B, works more. And according to me, PMI focus is very strong in the retail individual excellence center. They do certifications for individuals. Now, PMP works, project manager has the control. He assigns tasks. He learns through PMP a lot of tools, techniques. He understands how to manage projects. Works wonderfully well from an individual point of view. Even corporates actually enable project managers for that. But when I'm talking of agile, I want the entire team to be doing agile, which SAFE, for example, focuses on the B2B segment, which probably I don't think PMI has that focus so far as much it has on the individual segment. Individual segment, they have chapters, in champions. I think they've done some wonderful things there. So this is we have another context here about doing things. Okay. So I think from an agile perspective, which I have got some insights, okay, PMI-ACP would be more focused with individual excellence. Okay. And I will tell you what will be the focus from that certification to develop that individual excellence. And the organizational excellence, they will use their other certification called Disciplined Agile, which is a B2B segment. Okay. I will talk about how the disciplined agile is actually getting into. I'm in talks. I'm connected with the product team of PMI on disciplined agile, and ProThoughts and myself were very active on disciplined agile for last 4 years. I'm completely sold out on disciplined agile in the sense that I believe in that product a lot. So I think this is something which will be on the B2B. Okay. So let's understand PMP and PMI-ACP both for individual excellence, how it will work, right? So before I talk about, uh, sorry, before I talk about ACP, I just wanted to say why they have relaunched that ACP, and just to give you in a nutshell what they have done in the new ACP compared to what was earlier the Agile Certified Professional. So Agile Certified Professional was launched in 2012, sorry, 2012, okay, almost 13 years back. And at the same time, a lot of Agile certifications in disciplined agile also launched around the same time. A lot of agile certification, that was the wave that was started. And now it has been like 10-12 years, and you must understand that agile is reflection of the what we do current. Okay. So whatever practices or whatever uh, methods, okay, whatever techniques we might have mentioned 2012 may not work after 10 years. I think you need to revise that portion pretty well. Okay. Concepts can remain, but there were some practices that needs to actually be trending in the current way. So one of the main things that is included in the renewed is reflecting the current agile practices used. Okay. There are some things like there was like DSDM, Crystal. There were a lot of mentions of other products. Then there were a lot of user stories, how to do this. I think that is not necessary. They have not included a lot of these things, but they have actually structured and streamlined. I think that's the no words, and I made it very compact. It is intensive as well as extensive, and giving a very comprehensive, specialized, deep dive agile certification. Okay, that's what is happening in the new certification. The new certification, like I'm using this word, is rightly positioned as developing the agile mindset. When I say mindset, is the core of doing things. Generally when things go wrong in an organization, suppose there is a delay happening in an organization, people try to change some practice, okay, or probably put change a little principle, Okay. Uh, they don't attack the laws is that delays happen because of a particular constraint, no, or the fulcrum of that pyramid on which you are changing the practice. Changing a method, okay, will only give you probably the same result, okay, or the same things, incrementally here and there. What fundamentally you need to change is the way you do things. You need to question the assumptions on which you are doing your method. And that's what I call it mindset. Why we are doing agile. Why and what of agile is very much addressed in SAP. I think giving a good idea about a mindset, why I need to use agile today in my projects, how it will help me, okay, to do agile, why I am like doing agile for a simple reason. People say, okay, agile definition to deliver value sooner. What do you mean by deliver value sooner? Why you want to deliver value sooner? What does it mean? Why you want to say pivot, change the way I want to be flexible, I want to adapt the changes? What do you mean by that? is is you need to understand why you want agility. If I don't do it, what is the impact of my deliverable? What is the impact to my organization? Right? If I delay a delivery, that's my opportunity cost lost. Right? If I delay the delivery, okay, it's an opportunity cost loss. How I can, why if I deliver sooner, how soon my feedback loops will be smaller, how my reworks should be smaller cycles. If I do in one small batch size, how it can help me rather than doing a very large project. This, some concepts can be addressed with mindset. And this conceptual things, okay, needs to be properly addressed in the mindset. I think this is one of the fundamental changes with the way the renewed ACP is working. I have used the word instilling the core, agile core. Okay, that is very much needed. Otherwise, you are doing agile in name only. You are doing 5 ceremonies of Scrum, but they are not actually, okay, giving you the value. You are doing the same things. The project manager is still controlling the things. You are doing 5 ceremonies. You are doing stand up. It's just adding to your administrative overheads, but not doing anything different. What was needed is a mindset, and that comes repetition. Repetition is a key technique for developing a mindset. So I think the renewed ACP talks about that a lot, right? I had given you a little differentiation on earlier ACP and the renewed ACP. Like I said, earlier there was breadth of knowledge. There is good knowledge here as well. But I think some irrelevant stuff is being taken out. Okay. And it has been compact yet streamlined, more practical. Okay. That you have in the current renewed ACP. So one of the things in the earlier ACP, it was more of a knowledge. Okay, I need to know, okay, there are some, 8, 10 popular practices. There are today 200 agile practices. Okay, there are no, you need to know what is the user story, how to do planning, how to do a release roadmap. Fair enough. Okay, but how to use it, when to use it, okay, how to develop a team, what are the people skills, that is was missing earlier. So right now I can pick up certain things like a value stream from this agile. I can implement in my, okay, workplace. That is very important. I just did a 2-day course for a big corporate, and there was a team of 28 people. No, we did a 2-hour exercise at the end of 2 days. What you will pick up from these 2 days? Okay, it was not ACP, but we actually covered a lot about ACP. What we'll cover after 2 days? And there were people who said that, okay, I will cover this aspect. Okay, I can use a value stream for doing my work. I can perhaps, okay, use a concept of doing iterations in this manner. I think it was very easy pickup. I never prodded them about certain things. These people came and told, this is what we will do. I think that was a good takeaway of that. Okay, so it was very interesting to note that, okay, that people can pick up, apply. I think it's a very heartening to understand, and I think I would love to give that feedback to PMI as well on this, right? So the earlier ACP was an addition to the PMP. Here, I think it is for teams who are implementing Agile. Fundamental change. Okay. I would call it more Agile focus. That was more technical terms focus. Okay. So I think it has changed for good. The changes are better. Okay. In terms of doing this certification. Okay. Now coming to, if I had to talk about PMP and ACP, which was my crux of the today's webinar, I think that's where I need to spend more time. I have done a similar, whatever I had done versus I have done many certificate, what it offers and all. I think people have given me good comments on this. So this is something which I have developed. I would love to hear your suggestions, who has done both the certifications. Okay. Happy to understand your perspective. This is my perspective. Okay. Uh, PMP, is the perspective is from the project manager, okay, who is doing the project management. Okay, for ACP the perspective is from the team. Okay, so how the team will use it, it is not written from the no scrum master for sure. No, it's not really written from the scrum master. It is written from the team perspective, how everyone can actually use the agile model, how you need to deliver, how you need to do the product prioritization, how you need to have the leadership skills. Okay, so it's not necessarily from that angle that I see when I go through the content. Okay, like the focus of PMP is on the process. Okay, what are the things I need to do to deliver output, whereas here the focus is on why agility, the mindset to deliver value. Okay, so you can understand how to deliver the value sooner. Okay, the focus, what you get is the output, no result, that service, no product or result here in the PMP. Now I'm talking only about the agile part in the PMP. Okay, I'm not talking of the entire part. So the agile syllabus in the PMP introduces you to concepts of agile. Like there will be a definition of agile, there will be, okay, talking about product prioritization, there might be 3 techniques of product prioritization. Okay, it is touching on the superficial level. Okay, it gives you a breadth of some agile concept. What happens in the agile world, how it is different from this PMP world. So that's something which definitely you will get in the thing. So you will get an introduction, a peek inside, you get a round tour about a new thing called Agile from the PMP. You understand things, why we are doing. But the deep dive of agility is not taken in the PMP Agile syllabus. Okay, how to implement Agile? Okay, what are the things to implement, how to implement, what to do, how to understand metrics of agile, whether we are doing good, wrong. So that is kind of missing. So in the PMP there is no structure of, there is a spread out. Okay, the idea is to get you well versed with some knowledge about agile. Here there is a good streamlining and compact flow, you can connect the dots. And I think it's up to the instructor to do that as well. Agile is such a thing that you need a mentor, especially when you are new to that. You need hand holding. Okay. A good instructor can make gold out of the PMI-ACP. But if you have, okay, reading the slides, I think the instructor doesn't understand why we need to do agile, what are the benefits of doing agile, why that concept of agile, then you're doing the same thing with new terms, which doesn't help you a lot. right? So I think from knowledge as well as application, new concepts like Scrum, Lean, Kanban, I think ACP talks really to the point and from the implementation point of view. I think PMP is wonderfully practical, applicable. I think many project managers who come, the wow factor is there. They unlearn some things, they address their gaps, and they go to their workplace and do that. I think wonderful. I think PMP is a proven catalyst. No two doubts about that. But the agile part, no, is not really wholesome, because that's not the focus of the PMP agile. It's just to make you aware of the knowledge. But I think the PMI-ACP tells you about how to implement agility with a good focus on mindset. I have used the word here, okay, limited by framework. So PMP is like a framework which has a set agenda. Okay, you have that 35 hours contact with the 7 lessons. No, you need to do this. Here, I'm instilling an idea with you about how to do agility. Agility is enabled by almost 200 practices, and you can actually choose more. Like disciplined agile has 1860 options to do. Okay, so the you can actually experience new ways of working in agile. If you get that feeling, okay, I think you are going on the path of agility. So I think it is of course it has a agenda in terms of what needs to be done, but the idea is you can talk a lot of many things in ACP. Okay, you can't be limited by a certain thing. Okay, I'm sure you have questions, and I'm happy to answer your questions on this, right? When it comes to PMP versus ACP on other things, right? When I use the project management, now PMP is more focusing with a hybrid model with the Agile as well. But when there are projects with stakeholders and you need to actually deliver an output, okay, no PMP works, okay, but I'm just subtly differentiating, okay. But there are project teams who wants new ways to do improvements and deliver the value to the customer. Okay, sooner or later is a different question, but that's where you can actually know ACP might make a better difference. So see where you want to apply things, right? The course, okay, I have another slide where PMI says who for this course is, but according to me, the practitioner aspirants of project management, many companies today are in fact, okay, doing the way project management is, we have been talking. Uh, Although many people say that we are doing agile, I do not see they have a mindset. Now my exposure is probably more limited towards Indian companies, towards certain Indian companies, so just forgive me if I'm not got the right sample for that. But yes, okay, this course according to me should be done of PMI ACP by the entire organization. I want everyone in the company to have a agile mindset to deliver a value to a customer. I can't just have a development team doing having agile mindset, but the operations, product teams, the portfolio teams, the marketing, sales team do not have agile. Okay, if they are part of the value system, value stream, right? So, okay, the key skills are different. Okay, here the focus is different, the syllabus is different. Okay, so you can actually say that, okay, I am 100% ProThoughts, bread and butter is PMP, and I you get fantastic value after the PMP. So no, a better, excellent project manager. I think everyone should do the PMP. It's a gold standard, reputed. Many organizations have worked wonders, but you get a project manager with gaps. Okay, no, he understands a project manager when it comes to PM, what are the gaps and how to learn, unlearn, and come better after the training to apply it in the workplace with good knowledge about agility. Whereas the ACP, okay, you have, okay, a better understanding of what is agility, why agility, when to apply, when not to apply, is all from PMI-ACP. Okay, so although there is a little overlap in terms of concept, I think they're addressing two different things altogether. So it's very complementary. These are more technical differences. Okay, no, ACP according to me is not stricter as PMP. PMP requires like 3 years, and there is a eligibility criteria. ACP has a little relaxed, if you can say, eligibility criteria. I'm talking of relatively with PMP. The cost is almost the same in terms of the training and the examination. Uh, the study time, I think, is generally a little shorter if you get the concept of Agile right. And demand, I think PMP is really high. I would definitely advocate PMP. Agile is definitely growing. Many organizations are now taking into hybrid or pure agile models. So that's what I will suggest on the the technical nature of the things. This is a slide from PMI, okay, which they have elaborated a lot. That this is looking for good for PMP is good for professionals who demonstrate, okay, no knowledge, understanding of project management across industries and approaches, okay, like PMOs, large enterprises, and no, I think IT also comes into this. Whereas PMI ACP is for practitioners, including team level practitioners like Scrum Master, product owners, consultant, coaches. Okay, I would extend it to all the organization. Uh, Disciplined Agile, I didn't talk much about that, but disciplined Agile is a enabler, is a tool to implement agility. So it's like an umbrella of a lot of practices, and it gives you the right option. You can call disciplined agile as a big knowledge base with practices to enable agility. PMI-ACP is to inculcate the agility mindset. PMP is to manage projects throughout. Okay, if I had to just differentiate in one word, right? Yes. Well, no, this is like PMI slides. Okay, I picked up from this. Uh, ACP is if you are want to do a specialized agile course, and that's where the ACP actually sits, where you need to inculcate the agile mindset. And I think that's something PMI has done a really wonderful job of nailing that positioning of ACP, which was rather than having another framework like a SAFe or a Scrum, they have said that we don't want to kind of advise or suggest an approach. Rather, we want to do instill the core in you about agility so that you can adapt any approach which is relevant to you given your context or situation in the project. So in ACP, you're talking about not only Scrum, you're talking about Lean, you're talking about value stream, you're talking about Kanban, okay, as popular methods, but more so why agility and developing the agile mindset. You're talking about metrics, reports, a lot of things, but the point is about, okay, how to actually inculcate the mindset to do agile. Okay, I think that's the missing piece, which probably through this certification you are trying to address in this certification. I think that's what it stands out from your other, okay, certifications you have. Okay, so this is, I think, a really good one. Okay, and of course the key benefit is coming from PMI, which is such a reputed organization. The recognition that it comes to, okay, is something which I think is going to work wonders. If there are any PMI kind of champions or PMI people here in the webinar, I think PMI should step up the gas to promote ACP. I think it's wonderful content, and they should promote this content. Given that many people are not aware about the renewed ACP, I think we need more people to be aware about that too, so that they can take a informed call about which certification choose, which can help them. Okay, given the current landscape of agile certifications that they have to do, okay, the learning that they need to do. Okay, so great. So this is okay, definitely. No, for PMP certified holders who are going for hybrid and want to use Agile, no, implement Agile, I think it makes a lot of sense for the PMP certified holders. If they want to venture into Agile, I think this is a very good certification that they can have with PMP and PMI-ACP, right? Okay. I'm looking at the time, so because I want to give you 15 minutes for question and answers, okay, because I think it's like a little, exchange of ideas, topics, types. Okay, this is our differentiators, okay, that we have, right? So we were, no, we evangelized disciplined agile across the world for PMI, and we were one of the leaders which really enjoyed that 4 hour, 4 year journey. And we definitely are flag bearers of PMP for PMI, and we want to promote ACP in the same rigor and vigor for PMI. So these are some of our differentiators. Just to tell you, in PMI ACP, we have a great material besides the PMI material, where they give you 4 workbooks of that 4 concepts of mindset, leadership, product, and delivery. Each workbook is more than 200 to 300 pages. Plus, we have our flashcards, mock exams, blogs, case study, no agile videos of concepts of 2 minutes. I think we have great material. And recently, one of our candidates from Malaysia who passed the ACP credential. She is one of the first few across the world to get on the renewed certifications. Okay, and she has given a feedback about that. No, I thought of sharing it with you about the ACP latest, kind of feedback from a candidate. So this is about that. Okay, and yeah, so I want to do a closing thought before I open it up for questions and answer. Okay. Uh, so if I had to sum up, I think, okay, Agile is definitely the new differentiator in doing projects. I think this is a this is basically a transition phase for all of us who are into the project management space. We are figuring out what will work, what will not, as PMI, as Scrum Alliance, as Safe, a lot of things. Okay, we are betting big on Agile for sure, and I think no, the no PMI needs to up the game in Agile. Okay, because I think the market is really going towards the Agile. So I think the perception about PMP is not very agile centric, although you can infuse, but I people really value the PMP credential. So that's something which is like a gold standard, and we should keep enhancing PMP with agile knowledge, with new outcome. I think that's something which is a really good credential to have, which is very recognized credential. I would know say that PMP plus ACP should be the gold standard for doing projects. Okay, if you have both this credential, I think it will be a great valuable asset for the individual and for the organization. Okay, I am a big proponent of certifications. I have myself done that. I started a company with that. I see a theory should intervene your experience. Experience is really awesome. I think it helps, but theory is a good intervention for your experience. So that's something which I believe in. And this, no, a project manager, it's not whether you implement. So no, it's not like when you have a agile mindset, you need not do what we learn in PMP. That's not the case. Okay, there is a myth saying that when you are agile, you follow a certain practice called safe or a Scrum or another practice from the Agile. It is not necessary. Agile mindset is a mindset which talks about, okay, how I can actually know have a good flow in my project deliverables to uh, to deliver a certain value sooner to the customer which he can consume. So that's is a mindset you have. A project manager agile mindset can go to a traditional way of working if he's comfortable where there is a lot of predictability. I don't know. Okay, so it's not like these are two different exclusive partners. Okay, one is doing agile mindset and one is learning to how to do a project. Maybe a little overlap, but they're complementary to each other. Okay, uh, I don't think that PMP certification is a replacement for PMI-ACP, but it provides, like I said, a foundational understanding of project management, including Agile, so that they can have a hybrid approach, have a good understanding of Agile. But if you want to implement Agile, develop the Agile mindset, okay, for your teams, every team member needs to have that so that I can deliver value to the customer. I think PMI ACP would be a good start to do things, right? Okay, these are some of my thoughts. I tried to give you a perspective of different things here. Okay, uh, this is our LinkedIn group. I will try to share it on the chat window as well, right? Uh, Before I open for question and answer, we have a ACP batch. PMP batches are more frequent, but we have a monthly ACP batch. The next is on the 26th of April. We have a global timing because we get participants from different, this is something which works for many, 2:30 to 10:30 p.m. IST. This is what we will going for. Okay, so if anyone is interested, let me know on this. So I would like to open this for question and answers. I would love to get connected with you on LinkedIn and also have one-on-one question answers, but I would love to have question and answers on this forum, which everyone can benefit. I will also give you a PDU for attending the webinar. You will also receive this one PDU on your registered email ID for which you are registered for this webinar. So yeah, so please ask me any question on this. Come on, happy to answer all your questions. Any questions? Okay, this is my LinkedIn ID. If I would be more than happy to connect with all of you. I have put this on the chat window. Okay, there is one question. Okay, like the question is, will DSSM help? Okay, so like I said, the disciplined agile ACP is about why agility, how to implement agility in your workplace. To implement agility, if you need a toolkit, okay, enabler, disciplined agile is the enabler. Okay, so DSSM will help with that. So they are actually transitioning out DSSM and introducing ACP. Joby, hi. Okay, good to see you. Okay, what is the cost of ACP training and time needed for certification? Okay, uh, I'm not aware of the exact cost. We have a mail which will send it to your ID about the cost, but the time needed for certification, it depends on person to person. The person I had taken you saying shown you the feedback, she took 2 weeks to take the exam and clear it. Okay, but generally we recommend 30 days, okay, to take the exam. Okay, that average person should be good. So we have an exam strategy at the end of the class that will help. Yes, Bhushan, mock exams are available. We provide 2 mock exams as of now. We keep on adding as the day pass. Okay. Any other questions? I'm more than happy to answer that. Okay, while you're answering the questions, I'm launching a poll and I'm also going to give you the PDU code right on the chat. Why don't you answer the code? No, answer on the poll as well. Okay, your feedback is most valuable. Okay, Sony is saying I already done it. Yeah, yes, yeah. So if you are done DSSM, it doesn't automatically make you a PMI-ACP, unfortunately, Sony. When you had no, so you have to go through the ACP to get a ACP certification, right? Uh, Paul Paul is saying, as a DSM, does that mean my next step should be ACP or not? Yes, your next step should be ACP as per the current schedule. They have discontinued DSSM or they are going to discontinue in November. Yes, that's correct. And they are going to put the DAC and the DVAC as one leadership content. Yes, that's correct. Okay. Any others? Okay. Okay, I have a safe POPM and a PMP. How do you think? Oh, that's a great question, Shrey. Okay, how do you think ACP is relevant for me? Right. Okay, that's a great question. Okay, so like I said, uh, you know, the ACP is more about, okay, safe is a framework, right? Okay, so if you have a product owner, product manager certification in safe, okay, that talks about a particular area, okay, and related how safe can actually work in that environment. So it talks about the scale agile tool as well as uh, the particular product management area. Whereas this ACP is more kind of basic generic, okay, where it develops the mindset, understand the concepts of agility and how you can actually deliver value, and have concepts like value stream, Kanban, lean to use in your day-to-day work to deliver value. So this is something which if you want to do the work, implement agility along with report metrics, I think that can make a difference. So it is more extensive than safe. Safe will be little more very specific, I guess. So Bhushan is asking, I have done PMP. Should I go with program management or ACP? So Bhushan, that depends on what is your current no uh, no project environment or what is your future way of working that you want to do. Okay, so if you are going into strategic program managements where you need to devise strategy, no, no define business case, no analyze, no that no benefits, outcomes. Okay, working on very large programs, then the PGMP would be a good one. But if you're looking of agile and agility, okay, no, ACP is the one. So I think they're two very distinct program management and ACP. We can talk in detail if you wish. I sent you my LinkedIn profile, so we can discuss on that. I think it will not be difficult to choose between program management and ACP. Okay, if it's a matter of recognition, program management is more elite certification from PMI. Okay, ACP is our Agile Specialized Certification from PMI. Right. Okay. Aravindan is saying, thank you for the session. What is the curriculum difference between new versus old syllabus? What are the new topics added? Okay, what I will do is I had not done topic by topic things. Okay, so one of the things is that they have made it really compact, but they added a lot of depth to certain topics like value stream, metrics. Okay, they have made it very compact, saying that mindset, why we are doing agile. Okay, and given some concepts on that. They added a lot about leadership, so given a lot of focus on the leadership aspect as well. So you have emotional intelligence, you have conflict management, you have continuous improvement. Uh, Whereas in the earlier one, there was adaptive planning, which was not really is in the new certificate. There was one chapter of adaptive planning. There were a lot of things about this user stories and estimation techniques and all. This is not there in the new. Maybe I will compare that a little detail on this. Okay, but I, I don't know what is the, if you are not done the ACP or want to do that again, doesn't matter. Okay, on this. So the current one is more relevant according to me. We can have a chat on my LinkedIn if you wish to on that detail. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, let me. Oh, thank you for putting the polls. Okay, really helps. Okay, not many people have done that, but thank you whoever has put this. I'm putting the code here, PDU code on the chat session, right? So you can have that. I'm ending the poll. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, that really helps. Okay, we try to bring a lot of content which helps our users in some way or the other. It's a very vast audience, but I thought that some original content is what we try to bring at ProThoughts, which might help rather than which has been done before. This was not done in such extensive detail on whatever we are researched. So this might would be valuable to a lot of you who are understanding and why these two certifications and things. So I think thank you so much for the today's attendance. I'm going to share you our LinkedIn group about disciplined agile as well, which is we are renaming it to now the agile certification group. So this is something which we will also help. Just sending you that. So you can also put that if you are interested to know more. This is also a vibrant group. I have put it on the LinkedIn. So if you are interested, join the group. Okay. Now there are some our old patrons as well. Okay, Ganesh. Hi, Ganesh. For PMP, we have PMI. Is there a PM okay equivalent? I didn't PM BOK equivalent. Okay. PM BOK equivalent for SAP. Okay, there is no reference guide for SAP. Like that's why I said no. PMP is like a framework limited by agenda, whereas SAP is vast, unlimited by agenda. There is nothing to put a reference on that. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, PMI gives you 4 workbooks worth 300 pages each. I think they are good enough. And plus, ProThoughts is providing a lot of blogs and articles. That will be good enough. Okay. So I don't want you to overstudy for a certification exam. For Agile books, I will tell you how there are so many Agile books to read. Yeah. Great. Okay. Any other questions? Brilliant. So great. Thank you so much, guys. Okay. If you have afterthoughts, okay, about no this session. You have more questions. Like I have given you my LinkedIn ID. My name is a little unique, so you can actually type my name, get connected. Happy to get connected. I love talking with like-minded people like you. And your suggestions on this workshop on doing like something which is your interpretation, please be happy to get connected and talk more about that. So if you have any questions, talk with me, talk, no, send a mail to info@prothoughts.co.in. We'll be happy to help you there. Okay. Arvindan, you have asked me more questions. The organization that we work don't care about ACP, but if how to go about this. Oh, ACP is about individual excellence. So you can register individually, right? All of you can register individually. You don't have to go with from the organization point of view. PMI is more focused on individual excellence. Okay, like I said, so please get it. Okay, make yourself more enabled, more as a valuable asset for the organization. Okay, bring about a change. If it matters to you, please go ahead. Okay, thank you so much. And no, thank you so much for coming, joining this webinar. And no, I hope it was valuable to all of you. Thank you so much. Have a good day and warm namaste from my side. Thank you. Bye. See ya.